And welcome back, and it is the 6th of April, further maths 5 a day, and let's just jump straight to the first one. Right, what do we have? How many even numbers, or even's obviously a key word here, how many even numbers greater than 40,000 can be created? The first obvious point is I'm going to be using all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Now I've got a problem, because if I use, well, let's put it a different way. What is an even number? Even number ends in 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. So therefore, if I use 2, 6 or 8, it causes a different thing for the first number. And what I mean by that is, if I put the 6 here, well, that limits the number of numbers I can have for my first number, which must be a number greater than 4 or greater, which is only going to be 6, 8 or 9. So I need to do two different cases. I need to do the case whereby this number here is 6 or 8, because then I've used that up. And if that is the case, well, I have two choices of those. If that is the case, I only have two choices I can use here for a number that gives me a number greater than 40,000. Now this one, if I've chosen two numbers, I have 3 left, 2 left to choose from, 1 left, multiply all these together, and that's giving me 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12, times 2 is 24. Now I need to consider the separate case, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the case the 2 is the last number, well, there's only 1, 2, but I can choose 3 numbers here. I still have 3 left to choose from here, 2 here and 1 here. So the number of options here is 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18, which is 18. Now I can do this one or this one, so I'm going to add them together. So 24 plus 18 is going to give me 42. And that is my answer to the first question. 42, good question. Next one. Y equals this thing here. Find d2 dy. Well, okay. So basically just saying, can you differentiate y? So let's do it neatly down here. So d, not d2, I've done the first one yet. Dy dx is equal to 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 9, which means d2y dx squared, the second differential, is equal to 12x squared minus 6x plus 4. And I want to know what that value is when x equals 10. So I'm going to write when x equals 10, that's 12 times 100, that's not a very nice number, minus 6 times 10 plus 4. And I can probably do it in my head, but I'm not going to risk it. So that's going to be 1200 minus 60 plus 4, which is 1144. So it's a big number, but it doesn't matter because it's just checking you can do the maths. And that's it. Next question. Okay, this one looks a lot worse than I think it actually is, isn't it? So I've got a quadratic on the top and I've just got a linear factor on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply through by the linear and expand the quadratic at the same time. So that's going to be 4x squared. 4x times 2 is 8x plus 3x is 11x plus 6. And that's equal to, expand the brackets, 3x plus 3. So in other words, I've brought that up there and I've expanded the brackets. Let's collect terms. So 4x squared, take away 3 from both sides is 8x plus. Take away 3 again from both sides. So that it was 3x before, now it's 3, and that gives me 3. Now I thought I might be able to cancel by 4, but I can't. Here we go again. Can we factorise this? Now they're all pluses, so actually I feel I'm going to give this a go. So I'm going to guess at 2x. It's often 2x and 2x, not always, but often is. 3 was 3 and 1, so it doesn't actually matter whether I put the 3 there or the 1 there, and it's got to be plus in the middle because everything's plus. Let's try that. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. That's 2x, that's 6x. 2x plus 6x is 8x, and 3 times 1, yes, that indeed works. Good. Which means, remember I'm still solving this equation, which means that either x is equal to minus 3 over 2 from the first bracket, or x is equal to minus a half from the second bracket, and that's my answer. Yeah, that's it, nothing else to do. Good question. Next question. In fact, actually, the last 3 days, we've had very similar questions here, haven't we? Right, what am I going to do? I'm going to move the sine x to the other side. Let's do the steps in between. So 3 cos x equals 9 sine x. I'm going to divide by sine x. No, I'm not. I'm going to divide by 9 cos x, which is going to give me 5 over 9 equals tan x. So it's a positive. And then I'm going to do inverse tan. So x equals tan minus 1, 5 over 9. Now, before I put that in my calculator, let's think about what's going to happen. Tan looks like this. You need to know how to draw your curves quickly without thinking about it. I know 5 over 9 is here, so it's going to be 1, two solutions. So let's get my calculator out. So it tells me, so shift tan minus 1, 5/9, 29.1 degrees. Let's write that down. So x is equal to 29.1. To get the next one, add 180. In other words, these differ by 180. So add 180, and that gives me 209.1 degrees. Add 180 again, I'm outside my range, so therefore these are my two answers. And that's it. Today done. I'm not even going to say good mix of questions, but you know, it is. Let me know how it went for you. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Thanks all.